Hello and welcome to today's video in which I'm going to be talking about the classifications of Nain carpets. Probably most collectors have already heard about them. They're called 4La, 6La, 9La and 12La, and they basically stand for how fine a Nain carpet is. But actually they stand for the number of threads that a fringe is made of. And even though it seems very easy, and actually it is very easy, there's a lot of confusion going on. I'm seeing a lot of people out there putting false La numbers on the rugs, and I'm seeing many people doing errors when counting the fringes or the threads that a fringe is made of. And basically the math behind it is very easy. A 4La is a carpet, a Nain carpet, whose fringes are, every single fringe, each fringe is made of 4 threads. That's why it's called a 4La. A 6La is a Nain carpet which has fringes, and each fringe is made of 6 threads. That's why it's called a 6La. And 9La, same story. 12La, same story. And of course, a carpet which has fringes that are made of less threads results in thinner fringes, which again results in thinner or smaller knots, which results in a finer rug, because the smaller the knots are, the finer a rug is. So that's why the La classification is so important, and it says so much about the finesse of a carpet. Now I've seen many rug dealers out there claiming to have 4La carpets. 4La is the finest class, and let me tell you, a genuine, true 4La Nain carpet is extremely, and I mean extremely, rare to find. I've looked for one for many years, and this is the first actual 4La Nain carpet that I have found in my whole career. And yeah, they are very rare, extremely fine, and there are many people out there claiming to have 4Las, and they're actually just making a counting error and thinking that they are in possession of a 4La. Some rug dealers out there even claim to have a 3La. 3La doesn't even exist. There is no such thing as 3La. 4La is the finest class, and it's all just resulted by counting errors or not really understanding how the fringes have to be counted. And that's what I'm gonna demonstrate in this video. I'm gonna try to make it as quick as possible. I hope I can show it properly with the camera. So this is a genuine 4La carpet, and I'm gonna try to show how to count the fringes and how to notice or how to understand that this is indeed a 4La. So I'm gonna take one fringe here. Let me zoom in. All right, okay, this is the fringe. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, you're gonna roll this fringe open. So I roll it, and you can see now it's made of 2 threads, okay? Many rug dealers would stop now and say this is a 2La. Something like a 2La does not exist. There is no 2La. And what people need to understand is that these fringes are always made of 2 layers, meaning I'm now gonna open up these fringes. It's quite difficult to do. So now I have 2 fringes, and this carpet is not a 2La. As mentioned before, it's a 4La. There is no such thing as 2La. So what you want to do now, let me see if the camera is still getting it. Yes, looks like it. Okay. And now I'm going to roll each fringe up again. And as we can see, each of these 2 fringes is again made of 2 fringes. So these are 2 fringes here. I roll up this one. Also, I hope it's visible, 2 fringes. 2 fringes. So we have a total of 4 fringes, which makes this rug a 4La. So you roll it up, first layer shows 2 fringes, second layer shows 2 fringes. So 2 times 2 is 4. This is a genuine 4La carpet, and this carpet is insanely fine. It's insanely fine. It's the finest wool carpet I've ever had. I'm gonna try to showcase it by quickly applying a ruler to the back. You may pause the video here. Let me zoom in. You may pause the video here, count for yourself. This rug has almost 14 knots per centimeter. making it the finest wool carpet I've ever handled. Not called, it's insane. And what we have here below me, this is a very fine 6La. Okay, so it's a Nain carpet with each fringe is made of six threads. This carpet has a knot count of, I believe, 10 to 11 knots per centimeter, which is already very, very fine. And I'm gonna do the same thing here. Okay, so it's difficult to really film this. But what I'm gonna do, this is the 6La carpet. I'm gonna take one fringe here, okay, and I'm gonna unroll it. As you can see here, let me zoom in a bit more. And as you can see here, one fringe is made of 3 threads. Now again, some dealers would stop here and call this a 3La, which is not true. There is no such thing as a 3La. So what again you need to do, you need to open up each fringe. I'm now just gonna separate one fringe and check again of how many fringes this fringe is made of. And let me unroll this. And as you can see, it's made of two fringes. So we have a fringe made of 3 threads, 3 fringes, and each one is made of 2. So that's a total of 6. 3 times 2 is 6. Some 6La rugs are the other way around, meaning you open up the first layer and you only get 2 fringes, and then you open up the second layer and each fringe is made of 2 threads. No, of 3, sorry. So the first layer is 2, second is 3, that's also 6La. In this case, first is 3, second is 2, making it 6La. A 4La, however, is 2 and 2 again. 6La can be 2 and then 3, or 3 and then 2. And a 9La, as you may have guessed already, is you open it up, each fringe gives you 3 threads, and then you open up each fringe again, and it gives you 3 threads again. So 3 times 3 is 9, and a 12La is 3 times 4. So that's how the La counting works on Nain carpets. Unfortunately, there's a lot of misinformation out there, a lot of confusion. People oftentimes only open the first layer and ignore that there's actually a second layer. Like you need to open the fringes twice, and that's how people mistakenly call a carpet a 3La or a 2La, or they open it up, only see the first layer and just suppose that the second layer has a certain number of threads, and then they think it's a 4La, for example. So yeah, this is just my quick video explaining how it actually works, featuring my finest wool carpet ever. I'm probably gonna make a separate video about this carpet and also about another very special Nain carpet that I've recently received. But this video is just dedicated to the classification of Nain fringes. I hope it was helpful. I hope everything was visible in the video. And yeah, thank you for your attention. See you in the next video.